Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. If you're looking into Flat Earth, you might be demanding proof from someone who claims that we don't live on a spinning globe. And the response you'll often get is, do your own research. And that's because anyone that has done their own research and maybe attempted to debunk Flat Earth has eventually realized that sometimes we can see things that are way beyond the distance we should be able to see them. And they simply do not fit with the mathematics and the calculations that go with a curved Earth. And here's a great example. If you just put into a search engine Mallorca seen from Barcelona, you'll come up with photographs like this. And especially these first photographs are taken from an observatory called the Fabra Observatory in Barcelona, and you can see Mallorca in the distance, and that's almost 200 miles away. The elevation of the observation here, where the photograph was taken, is about 415 meters. You can just go and have a look at that on Wiki. Here's the Fabra Observatory. Okay, it tells you there that it's 415 meters. All right. And if you go and follow the links to these photographs, you will see that they are taken from that observatory. And you'll see various newspaper reports and websites that, especially this one, Beyond Horizons, which actually gives you all the heights and distances of the peaks that you can see from this particular shot. This website is very interesting. It's because it is a website dedicated to long distance shots, photographs. So there are actually quite a few other proofs of flat Earth on that particular website. But again, this is something that you can go and look for yourself. And so, but let's just have a look. What I've done here is I've taken the heights and the distance to those distances to those different peaks that we can see in these photographs, and we can see that they range between, we've got 138 meters high, 1,104. All right, so this particular one, 838 meters high, I think is the shortest of all of the peaks that you can see in the photograph there, and it's 184 kilometers away. So we already know the height of the observer. It's between 412 and 415 meters. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers into a calculator and see if it should be possible to make this observation at that height and distance. What I'm going to use here is this rather nice calculator. It's an Omni calculator, Earth curvature calculator. All right, so what we'll do, we'll take the shortest peak. All right, Puig Tonelles. I'm not sure if I've said that right. So the distance to the object here is 184 kilometers. So we'll just plug that in. All right. And the eyesight level, so that's the height of the observer, we saw that was 415 meters. We'll be as generous as possible there. And we can see here that it gives us the distance to the horizon as only being 72.72 kilometers, whereas the distance to that peak is more than twice that distance, double the distance that we should be able to see, 184 kilometers away. And it says here as well what should be obscured: the height from the ground to the lowest point of the object that is visible to the observer, or the obscured object part. Now, it says here that 971 meters should be obscured. Well, that's even more than the height of the mountain itself, which is only 838 meters. So basically, we shouldn't be able to see that peak at all. The smallest or shortest peak that is visible in these photographs should be at least 100 meters below the horizon, with a photograph taken from this height. So really, that's all you need to do. It's not too difficult to do your own research and find this kind of result. The most difficult part is accepting it. Now, these photographs are taken on days when conditions are very good. Conditions have to be very clear. You need to be able to see quite far. And interestingly enough, I read on that website Beyond Horizons that most people who live in Barcelona do not believe that Mallorca can be seen from Barcelona. So this is very similar to the response you'll often get. Most people believe that we live on a globe, and there are certain things that we shouldn't be able to see because they would be beyond the horizon because of curvature of the Earth. But given the right conditions, and this doesn't mean miraging, you need to have clear conditions in order to see this. So no refraction, no diffraction, and this is when you can see far enough to be able to see those peaks. Alright, so it's just one example of the many that are out there of observations that simply do not fit with the mathematics for the curvature. Alright, so I hope you enjoy going and doing your own research in that respect and encouraging others to do so. Thank you very much. Click subscribe and the bell icon if you'd like to receive notifications of new videos from Phuket Word.